The New Hampshire Business Show funnel system starts off as cheap as like $250. So if you're a business and you need leads and qualified ones coming to you and your business so you can make more money, reach out. We can help you from minimum funnels all the way up to super complicated $1,000 ones. Hello everyone, welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we're here with Becky Cummings of the Bowery Event Venue. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get a little history. I want to know about you, the business, where it all started, all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of started back in 2010. So what is that now? 8 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, right? Time flies. So about 8 years ago, I got engaged to my lovely now husband. And I was looking at invitations, and they were running, $600, $700, $800, $900 for invitations. And I was like, this is insane. Who spends this for something that's kind of going to get thrown in the trash? Which is not really a good pitch for my business, but I said, my husband's like, you're really crafty. You can do this. Make your own. So I said, okay. So I started making invitations, and people would ask where I got them, and I said I'd make them, whether it was for parties or, my wedding. So people would say, oh, can I pay for the materials and you make mine? And I was like, sure. So I just kind of did that, and my husband's like, you should really try to make money if you're spending time doing this. So Simply Inviting Invitations was born. So we started that company, and it's really like a de-stressor for me. It's something I don't think about, I just do, and it's a creative outlet, and it's awesome. I do all custom stuff, any sort of invitation. So that's kind of been going over the years. Once I had kids and was older and was throwing like parties, like my brother, when he got married, I did a surprise engagement party for him. And I decorate these parties, and people would say, oh my God, your parties are, grand, and you always do so, such great invitations and such great centerpieces and decorations. Can you do my party? So I said, yeah, and it was kind of the same thing. My husband's like, you should probably do like a package and, do decor. So we started doing decor, and then that was about a year ago. And as I started doing decor for people, they'd say, that's great. I want to host a party. Can you do the decorations? And they say, where can I hold a party? Do you know a good place to hold a party? And I've always done stuff at like hotels or things like that. But hotels are, tricky because they'll charge you for the room, and then they'll require you to get their catering, which, by the way, is like $1,500. Yeah. So it can be an expense. So after a while, my husband, again, thanks, Steve, was like, why don't we open a place? And I said, yeah, right. Like, that's not going to happen. We can't open a business like a storefront. We both have full-time jobs. That's a lot of money in time and investment. Like, this isn't going to happen. And probably 2 or 3 months ago, my husband's cousin opened a salon called John Avi Salon. Give a little shout out, Kaylee, in Nashua. And I looked at her and I thought, her and I are both kind of like middle class. Like, she doesn't have like a ton more money than we do, or, so I'm thinking, how the heck did you do this? And I remember asking her, like, we're family, so I'm going to ask you kind of a tough question. Like, did you take business loans out, or did you like bootstrap this? And she's like, I bootstrapped it. I said, how the heck did you do that? And she's like, it's the law of attraction. I said, the law of attraction? I'm like, that's like wonky. Like, let's have crystals and like, all that crazy stuff. She's like, no, you have to read this book, Feel Free to Prosper. I said, okay. So I read the book, Feel Free to Prosper. And I was like, okay, that's really interesting. And actually, my husband and I read it together. And I'm like, I still don't think I'm like going to buy into this. I ended up watching The Secret and reading kind of some other books. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, like, what do I have to lose, right? And then I started kind of looking at other young women who are entrepreneurs, like Kayla Layton, and people like that. And I'm like, these people are younger than me. Like, they have these empires and they're doing all these great things. And I always be like, I can't do that. And, I started thinking, but I probably can, and that's part of the law of attraction, which is, putting it out that you can. So I said, all right, what do I have to lose at the end of the day? Like, if I'm still working my 9 to 5, I'm still working my 9 to 5. So, I kind of put all that into motion, and it was honestly, like 2 weeks of a series of events that happened after my husband and I started doing this. And I'm like, this is incredible that this is happening. And one thing just led to another. And we were able to get into like a 3,300 square foot space that we're like renovating, and we're turning into this beautiful event venue. And it's just all come together. And it just, one thing needed to happen that we thought that could never happen. And then it happened. And then we needed something else to happen. And then that would happen. It was just, oh my goodness. And I finally believed in myself and did it. And so we're really excited to be opening this event venue that I think has a lot of market differentiators that are really going to set us apart.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get in there and have some fun events and have just a heck of a lot of fun. So
yeah. Is it 3,300 square feet?
3,300 square feet.
That's a good sized building.
It is. So it's divided into two. We call them suites. So I named it after my son and my daughter. We have the Brielle suite, which is the bigger suite because she's the oldest. And my son's name is Stevie after my husband. So it's the Stevie suite. So it's two good sized spaces, which actually has a beautiful kind of it's going to have a sliding barn door kind of that opens up the two spaces into one huge space.
Nice.
For weddings or larger events or corporate functions or things like that. So like I said, we can hold two events simultaneously, or we can have one big one, which a lot of places usually just have multiple smaller spaces. But we can have everything from a small baby shower, bridal shower, to a wedding or corporate function. So it is a really good sized space. We have three bathrooms. We're gonna I'm thinking house now. See, you gotta dream. We have three bathrooms. We'll have two bars, and so we can fit with tables. So if you think about the round banquet tables, we can hold about 100 on one side, about 60 on the other side. Without those big tables, can hold a heck of a lot of people. So we're really, really excited. It's definitely a passion of mine to, entertain and, decorate and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to kind of put that into fruition. So
absolutely. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is super impressive. So I think we kind of got into it. Why events? You had said you were already doing something. But what was that push to be okay, let's do the event venue. Let's jump into an area we've never been in before.
Yeah, we're crazy, right? Yeah. So my mom was always doing parties. There's a joke in our family that, if it was a Wednesday, it would be a reason to have a party. So she just really loved, and I think that's my love for entertaining and just getting everybody together and having a good time and good memories. But it was really, I kind of saw the business need of, I think there's maybe one other competitor or two other competitors in the area, and they're not anything like us. So I really saw kind of that market niche for a need. And it just makes me happy. It's one of those things that it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like a job. It's something that I, really enjoy doing. I feel like I can channel my mom a little bit. And it's just been a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot more fun when we're up and running. So I'm really excited.
Cool. So you want to tell them where it is? Or?
Yeah. So we're located on 865 2nd Street in Manchester. I don't know if you guys know the new Casey Rib Shack's location. We're actually the next building over. So it's right on 2nd Street. It's a really awesome location. And we'll be opening last week in June, first week in July. We'll have a grand opening on August 11th for people, kind of be an open house, but be starting at 5 o'clock. We'll have the bar, we'll have hors d'oeuvres, people will just come in, we'll have music, people can kind of come in, come out, see the space, have a really good time, dance and drink and eat, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we're in Manchester, so I feel like we're centrally located, so kind of everybody will be able to use us, north, south, east, west. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Let's see, what was I going to go with here? I'm not sure. So you were talking about the law of attraction and all the good stuff that's been happening to you. Let's talk about the other end of it. Has anything just almost derailed the entire process?
Derailed the entire process. Luckily, no. I mean, our landlords, because we don't own the building, we rent it. They were tough. We definitely had some negotiations with them, but we knew we had looked, created a pretty extensive business plan and financial model, and we knew exactly what we wanted to pay in rent every month and what we needed, because there was a ton of renovations. When we went in there, it used to be the old Unwind in Manchester.
Yeah.
And it had been not there for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So they had ripped the kitchen out, but there was, walls, and it was a mess. So we were going in there with, under the understanding that we had a lot of work to do. Luckily, my husband and my father are like the type of people that like literally can make anything.
Yeah.
My dad is like an amazing like carpenter, woodworker, he just does everything. And my husband's the same way. And my husband was joking, and he's like, some people buy their wives purses and shoes and whatever. He's like, I just build you an entire business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll take that, because that will buy me a lot of purses and shoes later on.
Yeah.
But so we knew exactly what we wanted to pay for the space, and how many months it was going to take us to get up and running, and how many. Usually with business deals, something like that, you'll say, okay, I want the first 2 months free until we get open and whatever. So we really were kind of going back and forth with them. It was hardball, but we finally came to a resolution, and it was perfect for both of us. And so that was kind of like biting nails, like, is this going to go through? Is it not going to go through? Can we, it was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. We finally got it done. So that was nerve-wracking. But other than that, knock on wood, so far the renovations have been going really well.
Yeah.
So nothing there has derailed us. So hopefully we can keep it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's all positive thinking. It's if you think bad things are going to happen, or if you worry that things are going to happen, then they are. If you keep that positive mind that like everything's going to keep going and everything's going to be fine and it's just going to continue to roll.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had really been trying to, I lost my mom when I was really young. I was 14. She passed away. And I feel like I got into like a spiral of like, a depression, and just really had pushed a lot of people that I loved in my life away, and friends, and just kind of got in the spiral. And it's just because I continued to think, oh, things are bad and they're going to continue to be bad. So I've kind of just had this mindset like for a really long time.
Yeah.
So when you force yourself to kind of change your mindset, it really does change you and your outcome, and the people that are around you, and your vibes. And I remember the other day I was driving, and it was like horrible traffic, and I was trying to get to like work and all this stuff, and I started focusing on the bad, and it just kept getting like from bad to worse to like horrific. And I was like, yeah, but I'm focusing on the negative. I said, so that's it. Things have been amazing lately because I've been focusing on the positive, and this day is kind of going to crap because I'm focusing. Like, it's true. If you focus on the negative, it will just keep happening.
Yeah.
So I think, if I continue to think, people are probably like, yeah, well, the world doesn't, like, if everyone just had happy thoughts, everyone doesn't get what they want. But it really does. If I continue to believe that we're on a positive thing, everything's going fine, no hiccups are going to happen, then we'll keep going.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break for the sponsors. Everyone, hold right on. For just $20 a year, that's $1.66 a month, you can join us on our business card board right there on the New Hampshire Business Show and really get in front of your entrepreneurial audience. So it's a great way to just get some inexpensive marketing in there if you don't want to spend $100 on like print advertising or social media advertising. You can get right in front of other businesses. If you're looking to improve yourself, check out the link below in the sponsor section for self-authorship. It's a fantastic system that helps you plan your future while examining your past. It's an amazing way to really know who you are and where you want to go. So you mentioned there's a bar in each one? Is it 2 bars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that kind of like they come in and stock themselves? Do you guys have bartenders on? Like, how do you guys work that out?
Yeah, so we're going to do a few different things, which again is like another market differentiator that we have.
Yeah.
You can do simple like beer and wine. We don't charge for a bartender, so we do have a bartender that will come in if it's like mixed liquor. If it's beer or wine, we just have, a licensed person that will, who's gone through the stuff with the state. That's just, it's easy to pour beer and wine, you know. So we can do just beer and wine. We can do, for alcohol, it's not like a regular bar where you can come up and literally order everything. We'll work with the people who are having their party to do like 4 or 5 types of drinks. Either we can say, okay, we're going to do, Jack and Coke, we're going to do vodka and cranberry, we'll figure out a set number of drinks. Or if they're like, listen, I just want to have Coke and vodka, I want, Jameson, if they want specific liquors, we'll work with them. But we're not going to have like a fully stocked, you can order whatever you want. Yeah. Which I think people are okay. If you get your normal, Jack and Coke, and you get your vodka, and you get your, Tito's and whatever. Yeah. It usually pleases everyone.
Even if it's not perfect, they'll make do.
Exactly. It's alcohol. There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely, we'll have beer and wine. And then, like I said, if people want alcohol, either they can do pick 5 types of drinks, or just say, okay, we want these types of liquors. We want a vodka, we want a rum, we want a whatever, and then people can make their drinks with those specific types of things.
Yeah.
So pretty close to everything, but a little limited.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of do it different ways. Either, you can have just a straight cash bar. You can basically say, like, here's $300, keep track of drinks, and then once the $300, so it'll almost be like an open bar to a point.
Yeah.
So it's really customizable to your budget. So we don't say it's going to be cash bar or you have to pay for the whole thing. Yeah. We really work with people in all different price points to kind of make their ideal situation, their ideal party, which I think is really different as well. So if people are like, we want to cover some of the drinks, but we can't afford all of them, we could do drink tickets or, the limited open bar. So we're going to work with all of our customers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. What was I going to say? Okay, so... Because I know scheduling can be crazy. You said you both have jobs.
Yeah.
So, if someone wants to, rent the event, how far ahead should they be planning on, scheduling that room? Are you expecting to be super busy? Are there certain days of the week you're going to be open? How do you guys plan on kind of running it?
Yeah. So during the week, we kind of have different events that we're going to be having, and some corporate events as well, corporate functions. The weekends are really those times where people have kind of their weddings, baby showers, bridal showers, birthday parties, things like that. We are almost fully booked for July, August, and partially for September already. Wow. So I usually will say to people, as soon as you think, you can always put down a deposit, or we can pencil you into the space. And then if somebody else inquires about it, I'll usually go back and say, even with no deposit, I'll say, I have you penciled in, but somebody's looking, so if you really want it, let's move on it.
Yeah.
But usually say as soon as to kind of give us a call and get at least the date penciled in and tentatively held.
Yeah.
Because we're moving and shaking already. So, and we'll be holding our own events as well sometimes. So we're hosting a princess breakfast coming up. Kayla, who plays Elsa, will come in. It's an Elsa princess breakfast. However, although it won't really be a secret anymore, we actually have Anna coming in as well for a surprise for the kids. So they think that they're just going to see Elsa, but they'll see both of them.
Wow.
So the kids, I went to Disney we go to Disney every year with my kids.
Yeah.
And my daughter is obsessed with their princess breakfast.
Yeah.
So basically you go in, you have a buffet, and the princesses go around to each table, and they meet you and take pictures and sign autographs, and it's kind of like that personal moment. They do kind of like a princess procession, and they get to go around, and it's really cool. And my daughter just fell in love with it, and I said, wouldn't it be something that's so cool to kind of bring it here?
Yeah.
And I said kind of sarcastically, wouldn't it be funny if we knew somebody who was a princess?
Yeah.
And we do. And
Yep,
Kayla played Elsa at my daughter's birthday, and she's absolutely beautiful and phenomenal and a wonderful person. So we partnered with her to have her come in. So she'll be going around to the tables and taking pictures and meeting each child. And we have little postcard size cards that kind of have the snowflakes and everything. And each child will be able to walk away with her signature on the card, and that'll be kind of a keepsake for them. And then they have a catered breakfast of all different types of goodies and waffle bars and pancakes and eggs, and the parents get a nice little mimosa bar, and so it'll be a really cool morning for the kids. So we'll be throwing some of our own events. We'll be doing stuff for boys too coming up, and murder mystery parties, and
that's cool.
Yeah, fun things too. So we'll be hosting our own events as well. So weekends do fill up fast. So we tell people as soon as at least get penciled in the books until you figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it. So for people who want to reach out and schedule and stuff like that, how do they do it?
They can give us a call. Don't ask me what the telephone number is because we just got that. It's on the website. We just got the new line for the business, and I know it's like 897. I don't know what the last four are.
That's fine. I'll just send it to me later and I'll put it on the video.
Great. The website will be up hopefully by tomorrow. The link is there. It's www.theboweryeventvenue.com. You can email me at becky@theboweryeventvenue.com or check us out on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, which I can give you all that stuff to put up. But you can call, you can message us and email us or whatever and get booked. We're doing towards the end of June, like June 30th, that kind of last weekend in June, we're going to be having people come in for consultation. So if you're interested in seeing the place before we kind of formally post pictures, feel free to contact us. You can come down and take a look and book your event.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Yes, it was great.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have the last word from our sponsors, and then that will be it. Everyone have a great day. Do you want to lose 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 pounds? In the sponsor section below, check out Ideal Health and learn how the Ideal Health system can benefit you in reaching your goals. It's doing amazing things for me. I can literally see it in my face, as I lose weight. It's fantastic. I'm loving it.